I've made over $10 million in the last 6 years, literally copy and pasting Airbnb listings. So today I'm going to show you exactly how you can get into this too with this simple 5-step framework. These are the 5 steps. It is the secure to scale system. Step 1, secure the property. Step 2, list the property. Step 3, host that property on Airbnb, booking.com, etc. Step 4 is optimize it. And then step 5 is scale. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how we go from step 1 to step 5 so you can walk away from this knowing exactly how you can start and scale a business like mine. Now, before we get into it, let me show you how I've actually made over $10 million on Airbnb since starting in the last 6 years. Literally just copy and paste Airbnb listings. Why should you listen to me? I've literally done $10 million plus in net revenue in the last 6 years. As you can see, this is what my email inbox looks like every single day. It is payout after payout after payout, and this is just Airbnb alone. If I show you, this is what it looks like in my bank account every single day, 1.5K, 3.9K, and this is pounds in this bank account. Then we've got, that's just Airbnb again, just Airbnb payments. This is booking.com payments. Every single day, booking revenue is just landing straight into my account. And then we've got direct bookings. This is bookings that I don't pay commission on. Every single Monday, you see 10K plus just dropping into my account. Absolutely insane. And that is why you can listen to me. I'm not capping. My business is called 53 Degrees Property. You can go look it up on the internet. I've been in this business for the last 6 years and made over $10 million in Airbnb bookings. Of that, profit has been $2 million plus. So let's get into it and let's teach you how you can do the exact same following this simple 5-step framework. Now, the opportunity is absolutely massive, and this is why you need to get started straight away. The Airbnb industry is an $180 billion industry, and of that, your Airbnb management opportunity is a $40 billion industry. That is absolutely huge. And day-to-day people are literally going from 0 to 10K a month within 90 days with my help. You can see here, we've had X9 to 5, Ryan go to 100K per month for Airbnb. Helen is a foster parent and she's now doing 30K a month in profit. This was an old video, but she's now doing 30K plus a month in profit. Jack, laborer, 14 units in just 3 months. 14 units is literally about 3K per unit. So we're looking at a gross revenue of somewhere around 45,000 a month. He's going to be making more than 10K a month. We've got Charlie as well, 10K a month in 6 months. We've got Rory, who broke free from the 9 to 5. These are all people I've helped. We've got Luca here. I took 8 HS2 contracts to over 100K a month in bookings. Uni dropout and ex-apprentice to 90K plus. Freddie and Tom. We've also got James. We've also got Fabian. The list is endless. If you want to see more testimonials, then feel free. Go to DBM Testimonials. Now, the reason this is actually so profitable is because it's extremely profitable, because it's a loophole in the industry that's already worth over $40 billion, like I've just showed you. And the way to get ahead is literally finding shitty Airbnb listings and making them much better, reposting them, and then managing them properly for the landlord. That means you don't actually need to own any of the properties. You literally just make money off other people's properties, managing them on Airbnb. This is exactly how my business now makes over 500K per month in Airbnb bookings, and have scaled other people to literally, like I say, 10K a month within 90 or 180 days. So if you want to work directly with me straight away and make sure you're making money from the start, then click the link below and see if you can qualify. Anyway, let's get right into that 5-step framework that I was talking about. So step 1 is the secure phase. This is where you want to actually acquire the units. And this is actually my pipeline. This is the pipeline that I'm working on right now. I'm going to walk you through the pipeline. I'm going to walk you through the steps, how we fill the pipeline, how we can actually list the property. We'll get into that in a second. So first up, my pipeline. This is what it looks like on a day-to-day basis. On the day-to-day basis, leads come in to the new lead section. As you can see, this has already been organized today, but normally we get about 5 to 6 leads a day. If we need to get more details off that landlord, we'll request more details. So we've got one landlord here. Excuse me that I've obviously blocked out all the landlords' names, because obviously I can't pass them on to you. But the initial analysis offered, we've got 28. We've offered on 28 properties right now. Viewing booked means we've actually booked a viewing for the property, or one of my acquisition team have. Acquisition, so these are now, the contracts are signed, so they're going to be acquired in the next month or two. Time delay means the contracts have been signed, so we sign exclusivity agreements with people who want to onboard, but in like 6 to 7 months time. So this means they've signed the agreements, but they're not onboarding this month. They're onboarding like in 2 or 4 months, something like that. Then we've got sourcing deals, so we actually source for clients. Staging leads, we have a staging company. We actually stage the property and sell it. When you're starting out in Airbnb, you can offer a staging and interior design service and actually sell this for a fee. We charge somewhere between 2K to 4K just for staging and designing a property. So say you get your first property, £0 down, because that's what management is. And then you just actually get 2 to 5K for staging the property. You sell that before you've even taken it on. So before we've even managed the property, we've already made 2 to 5K. You see that there? And then we've got the sell lead section. I don't actually sell my leads, but everyone inside my academy, I give leads to for free on a day-to-day basis. So any leads that I'm not going to move ahead with for whatever reason, they might be in a place that I'm not working on. They might be a guaranteed rent lead when I'm just doing Airbnb management at the moment. I actually give them to my community members for free. So that's a benefit of being there. And then also the unit setup. So this is ones that are actually literally going through setup right now. I've got 6 properties that are going through setup. We've got one in Crewe, London. We've got them in Haworth. I don't know how to say that. Stoke-on-Trent and Sandbach. Never been into any of these properties, all outsourced to my team who are now setting them up. So how do we actually get those properties into the pipeline? Now, I've been through this a few times. I want to go into so much detail that you can literally take this and then go implement it and get your first property. So let's dive into it. The first place you want to find your landlords is your current network. Everyone thinks this is like some crazy way to get landlords, but in reality, getting your first deal, you just want to build trust with someone. So the person who trusts you most is your friends and your family. So talk to your friends and family and ask them, do they know any landlords? That's your current network, because I guarantee someone's going to know. And the first deal for you is probably going to come from your current network. Then you've got your new network. So your new network is creating this new network at network events. So you can use Eventbrite in the UK. You can literally just search property network events in X location and find out what events there. So you can actually go to these events in the UK. And all you need to do is literally sign property network events in Manchester. You can also use this for US as well and find events you can go to there. The important ones, though, you want to go to property networking events, investor networking events, and business networking events. You can also go to developer ones as well. And that is where these landlords are. And you don't have to go pitch them. Just be yourself. Just go to the events and talk to people like a normal person. People who go to these events and just start pitching landlords left, right, and center with that, hi, I'm Dan, I do Airbnb. No. Just ask them, hey, I'm Dan, how are you? Where are you from? What kind of deals have you got on? Have you got any properties in the pipeline? Just talk to them. People love talking about themselves. And that is what you want to try and get them to do. If they talk about themselves, you can then ask more questions, and eventually they will ask you, what is it you do? And then they have opened you up to pitch them. And you don't pitch them straight away. You just say, hi, I'm Dan. I'm from 53 Degrees Property, which is what my company, you can go look it up. I manage Airbnbs for landlords and make them more money with less stress. Simple as that. They say, that's interesting. And you go, have you looked at Airbnb management before? Again, asking them the questions, getting them to talk about themselves. No, I haven't looked into it. What? And then they can start asking you, and then you can start to pitch them. But where do we find these events? Property network events in Manchester. Google, you can literally just put investor network events in X location. But the most important part, as I said there, is the positioning at these events. Don't just go in there and pitch everyone. Go in there and be a normal person, a friendly person, and to ask them what their exit strategy is. So if you find a landlord who's got a property, ask them, what is your exit strategy? And they go to you, oh, I'm going to rent it out. And you say, have you looked into Airbnb management before? Because I think you can make a bit more money by utilizing this. If they say, I'm actually looking to Airbnb it, great. Have you got a management agent? If not, you can obviously pitch them. If they're going to sell it, are they looking to sell it with a tenant in place? Are they looking to sell it fully managed? Is that person who's buying it going to buy it as an investment or a family home? Because if it's an investment, you could offer to sell the property with your management attached to it. And if they want to rent it out normally, you can obviously pitch management and say, actually, have you looked at rent to rent? Have you looked at Airbnb? You might actually make some more money from it. That's Airbnb management. So that's your networking. That is current network, new network, and all the investor, business, develop property, and developer network events that you want to go to find and grow that new network. Next up, how do we speak directly to landlords? There's a few places we can find them. We can find them on OpenRent, find them on Gumtree, find them on Facebook, and we can find them through Meta ads. So first off, OpenRent, this is massive in the UK. We can also use Zillow in the US as well. All you need to do is go properties to rent in X location or Y location, and you will find so many properties to rent. And this is all direct to landlords, so you can literally just talk to landlords on this platform. Most important part, though, is you don't want to pitch them straight off. You just want to put a normal message. Hey, love the property. Is it currently available? Starts the conversation, and you go into it. How long has it been available for? Well, I'd love to book a viewing. And then just go on these viewings and talk to them and say, to be honest, like, it might not be for me, but I'd love to manage it on Airbnb. Have you looked at that before? That is how you can get into utilize a viewing for normal rent and then change it to Airbnb management. Next up, we got Gumtree. Again, you got loads of opportunities on Gumtree. Same thing. All you need to do is search properties to rent in XYZ location. And then finally, we've got Facebook as well. So we can go on Facebook and we can book properties to rent, and there's loads of properties to rent in your location. And that is where you can find them, or direct to landlord. Same thing though, open up with, hey, love the property. Is it still available? When is it available? Is it still available? Whatever you want to put. And then once you've said that, you don't open up the conversation because you're just trying to get a reply from them. Once they reply, you can say, how long has it been available for? What's included? Keep asking questions. And then when you've built up a bit of rapport with them, you can then pitch them and say, have you looked at Airbnb management before? If it's been on the market for ages, then you can ask them, Why have you looked at Airbnb management before? We can get it rented out tomorrow, for example. So Facebook, super good place to find direct to landlords. You've also finally got meta ads as well. So meta ads, if you've got some money, this is Facebook and Instagram, you can honestly, if you do this correctly, get a lead for literally as less as $15. It's genuinely that simple. The way you do that, just a very simple way to set up your ads will be try and get 10 static creatives. Great. Get 10 statics made up. Static creatives like a picture, which is like Airbnb management in X location. And then what you want to do is do one campaign focused at lead forms. And then you want to do 3 ad sets, 1 broad, and then 2 are going to be focused on interest. And then you're going to do 10 creatives per ad set. And you can run that and you can turn off the ones that don't work. For those who don't want to do Facebook ads, you do not need to do Facebook ads at the start. It is genuinely as simple as utilizing your current network and your new network to get landlords. Next up, finally, we've got letting agents. Letting agents can work really well for you when starting out. People always think, oh, I don't need to rent a property. I'm not going to talk to letting agents. But letting agents get a lot of people and real estate agents that want someone to manage someone Airbnb. And if that agent doesn't offer a management service, you can be the person to offer the management service, and you can offer the agent a referral fee for giving you that landlord. The way to pitch it to an agent is walk into that estate agent and say, hey, my name's Daniel Budden. I'm just wondering, do you do Airbnb management? If they say no, you say, do you partner with anyone who does Airbnb management? If they say no again, you say, would you like to partner with someone? And you can pitch them. What I offer them is either a cash upfront incentive, so you can do cash upfront, or you can do 10% of the management fee for the first 12 months. And that is normally the one they take because we've got this first 12 months. That's the one they normally take because that means they can build like a recurring income off you. They're going to get more for the 10% of the management fee for 12 months. But if they want cash straight away, some people choose that. How do you find letting agents? In the UK, you can use a thing called Rightmove. In the US, again, you can use something called Zillow. And then, like I say, the most important way to find landlords, good options, OpenRent, Zillow, and Airbnb themselves. You can actually look at properties on Airbnb, look what's wrong with them, and then pitch the landlord as well with a free offer saying, look, I'd love to help you out for free. And then you can then manage it afterwards as well. So that's how we actually find new landlords. To simplify this, the best way to get a landlord at the start is your current or new network. All you have to do is tell everyone that you've started an Airbnb management business, and I guarantee someone will have a property or know someone who you can manage their property on Airbnb. Okay, next up, we have step 2, which is list the property. Now, this on the right is my listing. As you can see, managed by 53 Degrees Property, 6 years in the game, lovely property. Now, the important part is some people just think you just list it on Airbnb and it's going to work. This one, no professional photos, terrible title, £686 for 5 nights. There is £686 for 5 nights. It's new. There's no reviews yet. And then look at my one. Professional photos, optimized title, 12 plus reviews, 4.8 stars, 1.5K for 5 nights, 6 years hosting, 53 Degrees Property. Now, the important part is, hang on, that's 1.5K for 5 nights. And this is £686 for 5 nights. Same location, same number of bedrooms, 5 bedrooms, sold for less. Now, why is that? Well, we can see why that is. Because there's literally terrible photos, non-professional photos. Easiest way to do well on Airbnb is get professional photos. Title is not optimized. This is all wasted. So the ideal market in this particular location is contractors. So you need to speak to contractors. Saying beautiful 5-bed is not helping contractors. They already know it's a 5-bed because that's what they're searching for. 2 showers, they know that it's on the listing. Sleep safe, they know that it's on the listing. So the only valuable word here is beautiful. And that is not going to attract contractors. That will attract leisure guests if it's going to attract anything. So first off, title's not optimized. Second off, professional photos we just went through. It's priced way too low. 686 for the 5 nights is ridiculous for a 5-bed in this location. It's brand new, 6 years hosting, but obviously 6 years hosting, not long enough for this particular person. Look at my one. Optimized title, literally telling the person who this is ideal for. It is ideal for contractors and long-term stays. So if someone's looking for contractor long-term, they're going to look at this and they're going to say, oh, that's me. I'm a contractor. I'm looking for long-term stays. I'm going to click on that listing. On top of that, you've got absolutely banging photos as well. Professional photos look super clean. You got 4.8. You got loads of reviews. Good price per night, which means genuinely people might not book your property because it's priced too low. Because for contractors, what happens is they get a budget that they can work to. And everyone has a budget, right? If you go really far below that budget, they're going to think, why is it so cheap? If we're comparing these two properties, they're going to go, hang on, that's a 4-bed, that's a 5-bed. That one's more than half the price. What's the difference? This one must be bad. This one must be shit. In reality, this one's just better optimized listing. And obviously we've got more reviews and we're doing a better job, clearly, how much better listing is. So step 2 is listing on Airbnb. It's very easy to list on Airbnb. You literally just create an account, you can list the property. But what's not easy is making sure the listing's optimized. And that's what we go through inside my academy. But also we've just been through there. So if you're launching a listing, make sure optimized title, professional photos, and price correctly. If we're going to do 3 things, then make sure they're correct. You can also add captions. I guarantee this person doesn't have captions. I can't check because we're not going to search on website right now. But if it did, I guarantee it doesn't have captions. Get your captions in there as well. Cool. Step 2, happy? Step 1, secure the property. We've been through how we do that, how we monitor in the pipeline, how we use our current network. Step 2, listing the property. We've shown you how easy it is to list, but it's harder to actually make sure the listing is optimized. But we show you how to optimize it. Step 3, hosting. So this is the actual part where we host and manage the property. Again, this video is going to show you literally how you can go from 0 to 10K a month, and you can actually do the whole thing in the 5 steps. Again, this video is going through everything in detail. If you watch this video and you take notes and you watch it over again, you should be able to get to 10K a month for the next 90 days if you just literally do what's in this video. So hosting the property. Channel manager, super important. A channel manager, or PMS, which is property management system. I use Guesty. I believe it's the best one. I'm not going to drop an affiliate link in the bottom. I could do, but I'm not going to. I'm giving you this knowledge because I genuinely believe it is the best platform. A channel manager is a centralized calendar. So this is where all of our listings are synced in one place. This means we don't get any double bookings. This means if someone books on Airbnb and then they want to book on booking.com, they can't because the calendar is already blocked from Airbnb. So you can see here, these are all of our properties in Crew. These are all of our bookings. These are all direct bookings. You can see here, direct bookings. This means that we don't actually pay Airbnb fees. A channel manager also allows you to actually take these direct bookings, hence why we like to use channel manager. Multi-platform distribution. So not only do we list it on Airbnb and booking.com, Verbo, we also do Expedia and way more as well. With Guesty, one of the main reasons that I actually like it is because of the visibility you can get. You can literally post it on like 15 plus OTAs, which is online travel agent, if you didn't know, and it'll all be centralized. So if a booking comes in from here, blocks the calendar and you can't book it anywhere else. Next up, you also get a unified inbox with Guesty, which means you can manage all the guest messages in one simple place. This is like having like a WhatsApp for every single platform. That's what Guesty allows you to do. You can also do automated messages. So I just touched on WhatsApp, but you can also send confirmations, check-in info, FAQs, all through email, through WhatsApp, through text, and you can send it through the actual platforms as well. This is all within your own one platform, Guesty, so it really ties everything together. You can do smart check-ins as well, so automate your guest arrival with digital access. You can collect guest IDs and hold deposits on Guesty, and you can also help get your guests to sign rental agreements. These are super important. Everyone thinks that when you start Airbnb business, you're just going to end up with loads of parties. These are the 2 reasons why we don't end up with parties. We get deposits off everyone, and we get everyone's IDs, and we get them to sign rental agreements. So we are like Fort Knox when someone rents our property. Next tool we need is dynamic pricing tool. This is super important. Price Labs is the one I use. Again, I can drop an affiliate, but I'm not going to. Just search Price Labs when you get set up. This actually allows you to adjust price on a daily basis without doing anything. So AI handles everything here. It adjusts nightly rates automatically using real-time demand every single day. So you don't have to go in here. It'll automatically adjust them. You just set the settings, and I give everyone the settings inside our academy, and then you just let it do its work. And this means you're maximizing revenue for every single stay. A lot of people just list their property on Airbnb, same price all the time. No. Want it to be different. Want to maximize revenue during Christmas, maximize revenue during the events in the area. For Manchester, for example, or Miami, if there's a big football game on, if there's a big sporting event on, you want to make sure your prices are higher. Simple demand and supply. If you don't have a pricing tool, then you're going to fail. Ultimately, have a pricing tool, you will succeed. But you can see here, not only do we have a variation in price between the weekend and the weekdays, it also fluctuates between different weeks, and the amount of length of stay, so this is how long someone can actually book for, changes. So we've got 3 nights here, we've got 4 nights here, we've got 2 nights for this property. And depending on the location, depending on the settings that we set, it will adjust accordingly. But the most important part is we do nothing. It does it all for us. It will also have a market dashboard so we can track our average rates. Custom rules I just touched on a little bit, but setting our own price and limits and stay lengths and discount strategies for different locations, whether we're tailoring to leisure guests or whether we're tailoring to contractors or long-term guests, we can do that on here. Portfolio analytics is going to monitor the performance across the whole portfolio. And most important part, it syncs to our PMS and channel manager, so it syncs to Guesty. So all the prices that get set in here automatically populate to here, which automatically pushes it out to all the different platforms. Next tool we're going to want to host is operations platform called SuiteOp. SuiteOp is insane. This is going to automate most of your operations for you. It's going to assign and track cleans, the maintenance, the inspections, all automatically without you doing anything. It's got smart scheduling, so it'll sync with your bookings and it'll trigger tasks based on check-in and check-out times. A lot of the automation that runs my business is done through SuiteOp. So SuiteOp is a really important platform. It also allows you to collect guest details, check-in forms, IDs arrive before each stay. You can get digital guides in here, so you'll have your own website set up within SuiteOp. So you'll have an online check-in guide on SuiteOp again, and it integrates with Guesty as well. So SuiteOp also integrates with Guesty so that it's all automated and integrated. So basically, if we just do a little recap, a channel manager, centralized platform, set your settings on Price Labs, that'll update in Guesty, set all your settings up in your automation on SuiteOp, that'll automatically push through to channel manager, Guesty as well. Finally, when you're hosting, you're going to want virtual assistants. Virtual assistants are going to do all the guest messages and all the guest phone calls. Now, you're probably thinking, Dan, how have you got 100 plus properties, but you don't talk to any of the guests? Well, virtual assistants based in the Cape Town or the Philippines. They're going to handle all the admin support. They're going to handle all the customer services. They're also going to do listing management for you, marketing and promotion, guest reviews, feedback, property maintenance, coordination as well. I literally do not go into any properties. I don't list any of the properties online. It is all done and automated through either VAs who are doing their tasks or softwares that automate it for me. And that is how you can build a fully remote business. So step 3, host, important parts, channel manager, Price Labs, SuiteOp, and virtual assistants. Step 4 is optimize. So once we've actually acquired the property, okay, we've listed the property on Airbnb, automated all the hosting responsibilities. Now it's time to optimize. It's time to go a bit further than just online travel agents. This is where we can put our property onto corporate travel agents. This is where we're trying to boost the 90 rate. A corporate travel agent, for those who don't realize, Amazon do not book on Airbnb. They book through something called a corporate travel agent, which means they employ someone such as Silverdor, Situ, Comfy Workers, Bluegrounds, and all this to actually find accommodation for them. So if you're listed on these platforms, they will reach out to you and say, Amazon are looking for X number of people, employees to stay. Your property is on our platform. We'd like to offer you a rate. And these guys normally have premium rates and better guests. So when you're in the optimize phase, you need to make sure you are on these corporate travel agents. Silverdor's worldwide, Situ maybe UK-based, Comfy Workers UK-based, but Blueground worldwide as well. And if you just type in corporate travel agents in X city, it'll pull up below corporate travel agents in your city. You want to make sure you're on all of them. Or if you type in like contractor bookings in Miami or long-term stays in X location, it'll usually pull up all the corporate travel agents that you want to be on. So make sure you're on them. Another part of the optimized phase is the reviews, going back through the reviews, making sure the quality is high. As you can see here, this is my company, 53 Degrees Property. Feel free to go see it on the internet. 6 years hosting, 4.71 rating, 2,000 plus reviews on Airbnb. We have 2,000 plus reviews on Airbnb. Absolutely nuts. But the most important part is we've still got a really good rating. And the way we do that is by constantly optimizing. Whatever reviews come in, we action immediately. If there's an issue with one property, we'll action it immediately. And it's very important to take all the criticism. Obviously, it's good to get the 5-star reviews, but any low reviews you get, do not get angry with the reviews. You need to take it on. Everything is your responsibility. Take it on board, take it as feedback, and change. If you don't change, you're going to get stuck and your reviews are going to go down. So optimize phase, hone in on those Airbnb, Booking.com reviews. Also, same thing, Google. You want to optimize your Google presence. As you can see, 53 Degrees Property, great website. You got all the links below as well. 420 plus Google reviews, literally 400 plus 5-star reviews. This is a really good presence on Google, so that if anyone searches our company, they can see we are legit. We have 400 plus 5-star reviews on Google. We've got a really nice website as well, which we can see here. And during this optimize phase, before we scale, it's about making sure all this works, making sure our presence online is good. We've already got all the other systems there that are managing the business. Now it's about actually making sure our brand looks good, has maximum visibility across the web. So this is my website, 53 Degrees Property. You can book a stay here and you can let your property here. So we're attracting both landlords and the guests. You can literally click this check availability button and it will go straight to our booking engine where you can book direct on Guesty. So that's how it all links together. So the optimize phase is really about optimizing what we currently have, optimizing listing, maximizing revenue, maximizing occupancy through corporate travel agents, through listening to the reviews, through creating a good presence on Google, creating a good website where people can book direct. So we're then saving on fees as well. Final step, step 5, is the scaling phase. This is where we start to employ people and scale this business. The first person we will employ is a maintenance manager. Now, they are going to schedule and monitor maintenance between stays. They're going to dispatch contractors on our behalf for pet repairs and maintenance. They're going to track issues, and they're going to maintain property standards across all the units. Kind of like the optimize phase. These guys are going to look at the reviews. They're going to see what the problems are, and they are going to solve them. And this is going to completely remove you from the maintenance. The reason we hire maintenance first, though, is because we can actually charge this to our landlords. So if we pay the maintenance guy, let's say they're paying them £15 per hour, we can then charge him out or her out at £30 per hour. So we are making £15 per hour charged out to our landlords. So this person actually doesn't cost us anything. It's an easy hire. It makes total sense. It increases the quality of all of our properties. It increases revenue because we charge them out at a higher rate than we employ them at, and then it reduces the time we spend managing all those tasks. Maintenance manager, first person we're going to hire. Number 2, acquisitions manager. This is so we can really start to scale. This is someone who's actually going to evaluate all your management deals for you. They're going to negotiate terms directly on your behalf with landlords, prepare and execute agreements, and ensure new properties meet profitability standards and brand standards. What does this do? Completely removes you from the acquisition side and actually scaling itself. This means that this person is going to increase the number of properties, which is going to increase the revenue, and it's going to reduce your time again. So again, we can see how this is going to pay for itself. If we pay this person, let's say 2.5K a month, standard salary, and they onboard literally 5 properties a month, they're going to pay for themselves. Even if they onboard 1 property a month, it should start to pay. But realistically, 5 properties, £500 a month, worst case scenario. You could do 3 properties for $1,000 a month. They're going to pay for themselves every single month. Next up, customer service manager. This is the person who monitors and responds to VA queries, resolves escalated complaints, manages and trains the VAs or the customer service team, and maintains high review scores and guest satisfaction metrics. The reason this is important because this is the final step for moving you from customer service. You're going to get increased better reviews, you're going to increase revenue, and again, it's going to reduce your time. So then you can outsource. So then you can spend your life doing exactly what you love. And the final hire to finally finish off is a revenue manager. This person is going to implement dynamic pricing based on demand and seasonality, adjust the nightly rates, monitor occupancy, average daily rate, RevPAR across all the properties, optimize listing rankings and calendar availability. This person is literally just going to look at the calendar, see what is empty, and then fill that property and make sure it's filled at a very good rate. Genuinely, that is what they're going to do. It's going to make you a lot of money, and it's going to remove you from the revenue. So again, increase revenue, reduce time. And the important part is once you've made these 4 hires, you've completely removed yourself from operations so you can focus on scaling this business and closing the bigger deals. This genuinely is how you can get to 100 plus units. This is what I have in place right now. These 4 hires. And you can see they all pay for themselves. It's genuinely as simple as that. So this video, if you just go back through this, there's a 5-step framework, the secure to scale system. It might be thinking, no way is it as easy as you say. It genuinely is as easy as you say. You don't need capital up front. You don't need a bunch of time either. All you need to do is go through these 5 steps and you can get to 10K plus a month. This video has taken you to how I go to 100 plus units. Imagine 100 plus units. That's over 100K a month in pure profit. So if you did enjoy this video and you want to learn more about working with myself, then you can click the link below to see if you qualify. And again, if you enjoyed it, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.